Looks like I got here just in time, right before dark. I was able to find a parking spot and get on our way. Have to walk some in the dark a little bit, but won't be too bad. Sometimes, if you want to get out, you got to go by yourself. This trip was going to be 4 people, but it ended up just being me. So sometimes the only way you can get out is you got to be willing to go out yourself. If I know I'm going to be hiking at night, I make sure I bring at least 2 good lights. Gonna have a full moon tonight, so I won't need to use them except for maybe finding the trail. You need to be careful of nighttime hazards. I'm steering, at least 100 feet clear, but right in there, that's a sinkhole, and I wouldn't want to ski into it at night by myself. That would not be good. Home sweet home, at least for the night. As soon as I stop, first thing I do is take off my skis. I usually pack it down, but right now it's frozen, so I only sink in maybe a couple inches. I'm going to put on my vest here, just so I get me some insulation. As soon as you stop, you cool down quick. Okay, so what did I bring this trip? Got my tarp, which I set up. My ski poles. Got my 2-person bivy sack I made. I made the tarp also. So yeah. New setup I'm trying on the tarp. Read about it on the internet, so this is the first time I tried it. We'll see how it goes. Got my skis with skins on them. Got 2 pads. I got a thermarest and then a closed cell foam pad. I got my tripod, my camera, and my camera bag with filters. Got a bag of clothes here. Extra socks. Don't really need them, but there's a couple stream crossings, and if you go through, you'll need them. They're insulated pants, bend down jacket. Hood. Got down my emergency down gloves, over mitts, lighter, cordage, some spare batteries. There's a whistle in there too. I didn't know I had that whistle in there though. like putting stuff in the baby sack because then I don't kick it out. Pair of down booties. Which is nice when nature calls in the middle of the night. This is a parka. Insulated parka. Have a muff. Helps in the morning with chores. And then I have a pair of thin gloves. Neck gaiter. A reusable hand warmer. Also makes a pillow. Got a long sleeve wool top, pair of mittens. I always bring extra hand wear because when you're building snow caves and playing in the snow, always gets wet. And then there's always usually somebody else that needs a pair too. Got my sleeping bag. It's a minus 20 degree down bag. I don't expect it to get that cold. Like I said, it was 4 degrees. The low this week's been between 4 and 20, depending on the day. And the coldest on record for this place is minus 20, but I don't expect that. Okay, water bottle, inside insulated so it doesn't freeze solid. Fill that up with hot water tonight, keep it from freezing. I have my map, compass, little notepad, pen, toilet paper in this sack. Camcorder instructions, I need to read those so I know how to use that. Pair of waterproof gloves. My pot mug. Stove matches, clothespins for the freeze-dried food. This is just my dinner, breakfast, snacks, and lunch. Fuel. My Mora. I also have a snow shovel and a saw. Pair of goggles because it's real hard to I also got sunglasses in my camera case. When it got dark I took them off, but if it gets real windy, it's real hard to navigate without goggles. I got a little mini Nalgene bottle here. you'll see a really good trick is right before you go to bed, fill this up with hot water, toss it in the bottom of your sleeping bag. Works good. You can also use it to heat up your boots, hand warmer. It's just the right size. Highly recommended. And it's 16 ounce. You can also carry it in your jacket pocket if you can. So, and this is my backpack, which I made also. I got my spot. I already sent my spot message. Probably to send another one. These aren't the most reliable. They don't always get out. I've had issues when I'm in canyons where the signal doesn't get out. So I'm not in a canyon. I'm actually on a ridge right now. So and I got a GPS. That pretty much takes care of what I brought. There, I've got my saw, snow shovel. Actually got 2 headlamps too, I didn't count. You can save fuel by using your fire to melt your snow into water. So what do I have on? So what was I wearing? I got my ski boots, 2 pairs of wool socks, my gaiters. They're a pair of insulated or lined nylon pants. Got Nomax gloves. I got my shell on. I got my fashion vest. Windbreaker, which is homemade, and then a fleece hooded jacket, and then a wool t-shirt. And then I have under this I have a Black Rock down beanie, which is very nice. And that's what I'm wearing. It's about 18 degrees right now, and toes are just starting to get a little chilly, and these gloves aren't quite enough, but since I'm handling the hot stuff, I rather use the Nomax than the nylon right now, because the nylon burns and the wool doesn't Doesn't smell too good when it gets hot. Oh, it's morning. It didn't get that cold last night. We'll see what it is. See what my boot says. Take that back. Thermometer's not working on the boot. Here's what I had on my person last night. I'm just or had on my person at all times. I'm just stalling though now before I get moving. Watch. I warmed it up a little bit and it didn't end up working. It's 14.2 F at 8,020 feet above sea level. So I got my watch, which is a compass altimeter watch. Have that on me all the time. Car keys. Cordage, sunscreen, Leatherman juice, I had some gum, nasal decongestant because everyone in my family right now has got a cold but me. I figured this would be my time. A little flashlight, which I always have on my person, my knife, which I always have, fire starter. Already used one. I saw this in the Hoodwood magazine. Actually worked pretty good, or Survival Reef Quarterly. Filled up toilet paper tube with cotton, and then poured wax into it, and it'll strike with a ferro rod, and it burns for a long time when you hit it with a lighter. My wallet. I also have an LCP. Had in my pocket, match case with a compass and the REI matches, lighter. I got this one, it's a refillable one. I got this one from Campmore. They're on sale every once in a while for $3 to $5. It's a good deal for $3 to $5. I would never pay the $20 like they ask sometimes. I dremeled off this thing on the side though, so it can open up just a little more. Otherwise it's like this. Oh, and then duct tape. Got that in my pocket. It was a bigger roll last night. I had here's what I figured out last night. I was having trouble skiing in where my left leg wasn't working right, and I was trying to figure out why. I was thinking it's just since the first snow of the season, first ski of the season. My boot, if you can see, the sole delaminated. Now it's packed with snow, which is going to make it a really cold trip, but I'll fix it at home with some shoe goo. But yeah. That's why my left leg wasn't working right. Okay, well, warm up my hands here. Probably put on a different pair of gloves. And I guess I'll get packed up and start looking to go. Also had a Bic lighter, which I always have in my pocket. Which I actually didn't take out of my pocket till just now. Okay, here's a trick. Right now it's too cold for the fuel to vaporize. Bottle's too cold. So you can take a hand warmer. In this case, it's a reusable one. They used to actually sell a round one like this for for the Primus. So you just hit the metal disc, you start the reaction, you put it under the, heat up the bottle. I gotta cook more for than just me. I usually bring my white gas stove. See how it's barely going? It'll warm up and then it'll get going a little better once it heats up. Right over there is a smaller sinkhole I was talking about. You know, I was talking about sinkholes last night, and there's a small one right over there, and there's a lot of bigger ones. They're all over this area. We'll check it out while the water's boiling. Something like this sinkhole. There's a better picture of a track. Worry about the water crossing sometimes. I'm just careful. But the animals are crossing right here. I crossed here last night, so actually I'm more worried in the afternoon and the morning. It's frozen solid right now. Let me tell you what, son, when I had to walk to school, I had to navigate through the deadfalls, in the snow, uphill, both to school and back, in 110-degree weather. So what did I learn this trip? Well, first of all, I need to bring a lot more lens cleaning material. Camera's always getting fogged up or kind of wet from the sleet blowing off the trees in the cold. It's a lot of extra work running back and forth trying to get shots too, so get in better shape for that one. Should have brought a bigger pot for my for melting the snow. A little one worked, but it was too much maintenance. First time I tried the little tiny pot for melting snow. Take that a lot when I go regular backpacking. As far as the sleep setup, that would have worked fine for 2 people. I wouldn't have had to bring anything else. They just would have had to bring their sleeping bag and the ground pad if my daughter or son come with me next time. Duct tape is your friend. I don't know what I would have done without the, well, I know what I would have done without the duct tape. I would have used some cordage and lashed it up. It's just the duct tape was a lot easier, and it did make it out. Really no more worse for wear. When you go out in the winter, make sure you bring a high lift jack and a good shovel. I don't know how many times I've gotten stuck because you can't around here. One of the hardest parts is finding a parking spot because you can't park on the plowed roads, and because of budget cuts, they stop plowing pullouts for you. So you actually have to kind of find where you're in a park. You have to shovel the heavy snow that the snow plow put up, and then you have to drive up off a little way so they don't give you a ticket. And the shovel helps, and when you get stuck, the high lift helps you get unstuck. So until next time, take the path less traveled.